Hi, I'm Dave, and I'm here today with you reviewing the Tombstone model made by Saguaro Guitars, and the name comes from the saguaro cactus. This guitar looks a lot like your standard, the classic T-shape that we've all come to know and love, the workhorse of many guitar players. The looks can be deceiving though. Actually, Mike with Saguaro has really, I think, built this thing from the ground up and came up with a whole new bird. I really believe that he's came up with some revolutionary ideas and concepts in building, and really added something to the standard Telecaster style. As you can see, it's got your standard 6 inline tuners. It's got one string tree. That's my tuner. You've got your volume and your tone, your 3-position selector. It has a Wilkinson bridge with the compensated barrel style saddles. They're actually angled to get the compensation right. These are Porter pickups, made by Porter Pickups. And it's got a nice logo on the headstock, the cactus logo. And on the back, we have a really cool logo on the neck plate. I just think that is really awesome. One thing that you'll notice is the thinness of it. It tapers down, it's a wedge shape. And I'm checking my notes here. It's actually 1.5 inches at the bottom strap, and then at the about 1 inch at the top strap button, and the heel here is actually about 0.3 inches. So it's about 3/10 of an inch at the heel. The way he's accomplished this, to still give it the strength, the way this has been accomplished and still give the guitar the strength that it needs to support the tension of the strings at your standard tuning, is there's an aluminum block made out of 7075 aluminum or 7075 aluminum. It's aluminum that's used in many forms of transportation, aviation. Let me see. I have some more information about that, including marine, automotive, aviation applications, and has a high strength to density ratio. So it says comparatively as strong as many steels products, or kinds of steel, but it's lighter weight, of course, being aluminum. And this aluminum, he calls it a T-block, and it actually goes all the way from underneath the where the neck joins the body here, at the neck joint, goes all the way under the bridge. The bridge itself is connected to this block of aluminum inside here with actual bolts or machine screws, as it were. And then on the back we have has a brass plate, and that's also connected with machine screws to the bridge, which is also connected by the aluminum. So there's a connectivity from the point where the strings are strung through here, or the brass plate, all the way to the neck, underneath the neck, and then that really adds a lot of sustain. When I first turned it up, plugged this in, I wasn't sure what to expect. I ended up having to turn the bass down on my amp considerably, the bass setting, and the treble up, which is, Tellies are generally, I end up turning the treble down a little bit and the bass up, because they usually have a lot more treble to them. This does have the twang of the the classic telly twang that you'd expect, but it has so much sustain. I think it has the sustain of a Les Paul. The note articulation and just the definition of the notes, I'd compare it with the high-end PRS guitars or any other, the top guitars that I've been fortunate to play. But it still retains that telly twang, partly because of the pickup, formation, but then it's just, these are great telly style pickups. And the reason that he wanted to go with this thin of a profile was originally just because he wondered why he couldn't get access to these higher frets. He always had guitars and he couldn't access the frets that are up higher. And that's how the design process started. I think he's come up with something far beyond that. This is really an amazing guitar, and it's retailing now at about $2,000. He spends a lot of time making these. They're really handmade, each one, and he's a genius at his woodworking and metalworking skills. And he goes through all that on his website. He actually shows detailed pictures of the construction with some of the computer pictures and showing exactly how the thing's laid out. It's really quite amazing. I've long believed in aluminum as a structural component of the guitars that could be used. It does have a good quality of sustain to it. It's not a dead sound. Aluminum can have a lively sound, and then of course mixed with wood. And I think this is just really one of the nicest guitars out there. Anyhow, enough to do that. I'll just edit you out or whatever. I had my amp on already, but I didn't. We're looking at the regular 25.5-inch scale, like your standard telly scale. Well, excuse me. Definitely have to edit that out. Okay, so we've got 25.5-inch neck scale. We've got 21 frets. They're stainless steel frets. This is a slight V shape to the neck. Feels like I have a Delrin nut. It's similar to the graphite nut, where it does have some a slippery substance, so the string doesn't get bound up in there, so to keep staying in tune. I've done some behind the nut bends and had it just go right back in tune, no problem. There's no creaking sound when it's going through that nut. This is single coil pickups. I've got it turned up good volume here, and there's no noise coming out of this. He has shielded it with the aluminum and has also added copper tubing around the wires. He has some special shielding concepts he's came up with to really make this dead silent. And as far as I know, these pickups are not actually made to be, they're not the made to be silent single coils, but he has totally quieted the hum that you get with single coils. So let's get on with a little playing here. I'm sure. Got the neck position, middle, neck and bridge, and the bridge. Let me see here, I've got the tone turned all the way up. I like to roll the tone back a little bit and the volume. And I'm going to go back to the neck pickup. Pretty nice sounding chords there, some open chord stuff I will get into. Now, you may notice that I have this index finger sticking out a little bit. I cut it with a wood chisel, working on a lap steel guitar. I still can't bend it all the way, so that's why I kind of have a spazzy finger hanging out. This guitar is available in many colors, including Coral, Daphne Blue, Dakota Red, Fiesta Red, Inca Silver, Blonde, Butterscotch Blonde, Butterscotch, Black, Copper Metallic, Lake Placid Blue Metallic, Mary Kay White, Olympic White, Shell Pink, Seafoam Green, Shoreline Gold, Sonic Blue, Surf Green, Vintage Cream, and Sunburst. And we had a few more notes I might want to talk about. I think I've covered it. Yeah, this is just like the Beach Boys song, A Little Deuce Coupe. You just don't know what it's got underneath there. You don't know what she's got. I think it's just an excellent guitar. And I feel like it's just been a great opportunity for me to get to play the darn thing. Comes with an ash or alder body. It's got nitrocellulose finish. It's a bullet style truss rod adjustment. The truss rod anchor is an original design. It's actually better than the standard truss rod anchor. It has stainless steel frets, as I mentioned, and it's a Bakelite pickguard and anchor cover. This case doesn't have the, oh, that's the back, I'm sorry. I was thinking about the truss rod anchor. It's on the back cover. That is also Bakelite. It's got the socket cup jack. And you can see this thinness here I was talking about. I just think it's a beautiful guitar all the way around. It's got some relicking. There it is, just a little vintage. And about wraps it up for the Saguaro guitar. Pardon me, the Tombstone model by SaguaroGuitars.com. And I'm Dave, and I'm going to pick a little bit here. I don't know how much tape I've got left, but I'll just do a little more picking here.